If you're like me, then you've probably struggled with edits that you find to be janky and awkward. It may be a simple dialogue scene that feels stilted and inert, or it could be that you want to communicate a certain abstract feel, or ideas that are a bit out there but find you lack the language. Well, the good news is that there exists two concepts, or rather one with two variations, that can fix all your problems. It is a concept that is incredibly simple in both its design and implementation, but despite being simple, you'll find it makes a world of difference. And for those of you who know, you may have already spotted me using it. It's the L and J cut. So I hear you asking, just what is an L or J cut? Well, simply put, it's when audio overlaps a cut.
I'll see you backstage, Baldy.
With an L cut, it's when the audio continues over onto the next shot.
What do you want?
I remember those chairs. They still ring in my ears, and for years they remain in my thoughts. Because one night...
Whilst with a J cut, it's the opposite, with the audio preceding the cut. And if you're wondering why they are called L and J cuts, it's because when you use this technique, the footage and audio should have a rough L or J shape when on an editing timeline. So if you do wish to implement this technique, it's fairly easy to do. In this case, I'm going to be using Premiere Pro to demonstrate, but this can be done with basically any editing software with a timeline view, Avid, DaVinci, Final Cut Pro, virtually every software. So as seen at the beginning, I have this cut between shots. But I don't want it to be as jarring, so I want the noise of the door closing to continue over. If I then wanted to do an L cut, I'd simply grab and place the audio just after the cut. Obviously, a J cut would just be doing the opposite, but if we just quickly look, I want to smooth this cut over. If we place the audio just before the cut, then voila, a J cut. So, with the implementation out of the way, that brings us to the actual meat of the concept: when to use it. And whilst there are no set rules as to how you can use them, I mean, if it works, then it works, but they often fall into one of two categories. Firstly, as a way of giving a scene a sense of cohesion and flow. It makes the cuts unobtrusive, and is in keeping with the classical Hollywood style of filmmaking.
I've got stuff to do.
Yeah, but that'll take like, what, a second?
This is most useful when on more naturalistic scenes, helping the mind to smooth over the cuts, and feeling more like we're observing a conversation in real time. It doesn't even have to be a dialogue scene, more action or visual based scenes can also benefit. Your dialogue and action scenes were seamlessly cut together, allowing you to emphasize what truly matters. And, if you really wanted to, you can even make a scare. One which, if done right, will really stick with you. But what personally interests me most of all is their use as a way of transitioning scenes and realizing abstraction. Days apart can feel like a lifetime, and moments separated by years can feel instantaneous. But not only can we stand fully astride time and space, but also place our audience in the mind of our characters, whether that be the feeling of being cut off mid-thought,
And how is this different?
I don't kill myself at the end.
losing oneself in their memories,
Lunch in the park. Wednesday's better for me.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Being woken from a dream. Or an impending sense of doom. We can even go truly abstract, juxtaposing images to create new meaning and connecting characters to their impending destinies. And if nothing else, it can just be simply dumb and stupid.
That's entertainment.
And although I could talk about every time you could use a technique to create something divinely profound, you'll probably get most use out of it as a way of making sure your basic edits cut together better. Which is kind of unfortunate because if you do use it right, basically no one is going to notice. But I've always found that whilst people don't tend to have the knowledge to explain why something in a film works, they always tend to notice when it doesn't. So thanks again for watching. I had a more enjoyable time making this one than the last one. Not that I hated making the last one, but I definitely felt I had more of a flow and an ease working on this one. So I may make another video if an idea comes along. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and thank you for watching.